Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. Today I've got my 2019 Project Life week 46 process video up for you. I like to put my pictures in semi-chronological order, and it goes from left top to bottom to the right top to bottom. And I printed more pictures. I had more pictures than space this week, so I am going to do an insert as well. And for the insert, I used the Becky Higgins Design C, which has a 4x6 horizontal pictures, and I cut it in half to use three 4x6s in a row. So anyway, I'm still moving my pictures around, trying to figure out what I'm going to put in the insert and what I'm going to use on just the regular layout. So I'm still moving things around, trying to decide what I'm going to do. Once I figured that out, now I'm going to go through my Studio Calico 4x6 cards. The 4x6 cards I'm going to use on the pictures that I have the 3x4s in the 4x6 positions. I like to mat those on there and do my journaling as well. I found a journaling card 4x6 where it says home is where love resides, memories are created, friends always belong, and laughter never ends. And so I moved the 3x4 picture that I had initially had there, and I moved it down into a 3x4 spot. So after I've picked the 4x6 cards that I want to use, I go ahead and go through the 3x4 cards in the Studio Calico Documenter Kit. This is the Gather Kit for November. And I'm going through them just trying to see which ones I want to use as journaling cards and which ones I want to use as filler cards. And I like the one that says feeling all my feelings. Yes, that is me. I love hard, I cry hard. I don't hate hard because I don't really hate anything, but everything hard. Yeah, my kids laugh at me because I cry so easily in movies. So, but my therapist says it's because I love hard too. Okay, so after I figure out which 3x4 cards I'm going to use, I take the right-hand side of the layout and put it to the side and just work on my left-hand side. And the first picture is of my son right when I woke him up in the morning. Why are kids so cute when they're asleep? I can't be the only mom that thinks that, right? So I'm using my Stabilo dark gray fine liner pen. And on the label is from a print and cut from the Studio Calico label kit that goes with the Gather kit. So I wrote, "Good morning, Uni. Man, I love this kit so much." And then I use a tiny attacher to staple it. And of course, I cut off the ends because I like my labels to hang off the ends. Now on this picture with the mini muffins, I wrote on the label, "Woke up early this AM to bake muffins for school." Now this is a big deal for me because usually when I wake up early, I have me time and I do the journaling and reading and meditating at the time. So I must have woken up super early to do this for the kids, to pack them muffins for lunch. So I go ahead and journal that, use a tiny attacher to staple the label, of course, and cut the end off. Next, I decide I'm going to cut the two podcasts, or not cut the two podcasts, cut the pictures of the two podcasts and put them on 3x4 cards. So I go through the 3x4 stack again to find two that I want to use as backing. So I find two that I like, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut those podcast pictures down to fit on the 3x4 cards. I'm using my Tonic Guillotine. I love this thing. It's a 6-inch and it's self-sharpening, so you don't need to replace the blades or anything, and I love this, especially for when I'm doing Project Life. I've had this for years now, and you'll see there's a little mark on it, and that indicates where the 4 inches, because it goes up to 3.5. And then of course I get distracted and I go to my title card. And on my title card, I use the Felicity Jane Black Essentials Alpha Puffy stickers. And I am going to put the number 46 on the bottom of that card. I like to label my title cards with the week number because I do stamp the date on every picture and journaling card that I write on. At least that's the goal. So after I put the 46 down on the title card that says there's magic in the air, I go ahead and adhere down the pictures of the podcast using my Kokuyo adhesive, which I get from Amazon. It's a Japanese adhesive that I really like. It's a roller, it's a dot adhesive that's repositionable because you know me. Oh, right there, I just pulled it off. I like to reposition my things because I change my mind quite a bit. And then I'm using my cutter bee scissors to cut off the part of the label, and I'm documenting on there. I make the kids listen to the New York Times Daily every morning on the way to school. We have about a 25-minute commute to school in the morning, and we listen to whatever the top story is for that day by the New York Times. And I'm really surprised because my kids seem to know a lot about current events. Apparently there's a channel called CNN 10 or something like that that they watch at school for current events. So they know more about international news than I do. Now, the other podcast we listen to in the car regularly is called Wow in the World, and it's by NPR. And I still learn new things from that show, and they make it very interesting for young kids to listen to. My 8-year-old still loves it. And I wrote, after we listen to the daily, we turn on Wow in the World. I still learn things. And of course, I'm going to staple it using my tiny attacher and date it. So then I go on to my next picture. I mean, what is there not to love about this picture? She happened to be laying beside me, and I just snapped this picture of her. But I work on the picture on the left-hand side, which is of us holding hands. And when we're laying in bed together, she loves to just hold hands. And I love that. I know it's not going to happen forever. And I know there's going to come a time when she doesn't want to be with me or is embarrassed to hold hands with me. So I am soaking it in. And I wrote, I love her so much. Anytime we lay in bed together, she wants to hold hands, even if we're just watching TV, YouTube, or falling asleep. I treasure moments like these. Said daughter is here and she wants to say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. So of course I date stamp that, and then I'm going to move on. I look for another journaling card because I decide I don't want that journaling card there. So I get the one with 6 balls, and I'm looking through my chipboard, or 6 circles I should say, wonky circles. I look through my chipboard and find an arrow sticker, and I put that above us holding hands. And I'm looking through the chipboard stickers again, trying to decide what else I could use. I'm thinking about what to put on that picture of my daughter, and I find nothing, or I decide not to put anything on there. And then I take the chipboard sticker that says you and me, and I put that on the bottom of the picture of us holding hands. Now, I'm at a crop when I'm doing this layout, so I am limiting myself to just what came in the Studio Calico kit. So I put another cork star onto the top right-hand corner of the journaling cards with the circle, wonky circles. And then I take the stamp and I use it looks like what kind of a circle is that? A wobbly circle? I can't think of the name right now. I can't think of the name. Okay, so I'm trying to decide if some of these words stamps will fit into the smaller circles, and it does not. So I take the wonky circle stamp and I wipe it on my hands because the new stamps don't stamp very well when you stamp it. So you can either wipe it on your hands or use an eraser to prime it. Then I take the smaller stamp that says, I'm most grateful for ... and then I stamp the word you in there. I love using stamps on my layouts, especially these Project Life ones. I find that after the month is over, I don't go back to these stamps. I'm using my stamp chamois to clean that off. I stamped it using my VersaFine ink. Next, I'm going to the second page, or the right-hand side of the layout, and this is a picture of my daughter doing a chin stand during her private lesson. I was shocked. I didn't even know bodies could move like that unless they were professional contortionists. I didn't catch it, but her feet do touch her head. So I go ahead and take a cork star and put it on the top left corner of that picture. And on the journaling card, I put another cork star, staple it with my tiny attacher. And I write on there, Kaya's been loving her private lessons. I'm so impressed with her chin stand, the needlepoint form, and her ability to now do a back bend. And of course, she practices a lot throughout the house. I date stamp that. And then I'm looking at the bottom right hand picture, and it's a picture of my bestie when she flew in from Ohio to go to a crop. Um, she came with very few outfits and lots of scrapbooking gear. So next I'm going to work on the insert that I have, and this is again the design C of the Becky Higgins page protectors, and it's the 3 4x6 going down. And on this page I do the picture of my kids' jogathon. On the label I wrote, I went to support the boys for their jogathon, and I just took a bunch of pictures, and some of those pictures are going to be in their yearbook. So I take pictures of more than just my kids doing the jogathon. Then I turn over the insert and I am going to stamp thankful for this, and I'm using the Stays On ink, and I'm stamping that onto a wood veneer that came in the kit, and then I'm using my Tombow Mono multi-adhesive and gluing that right to the middle. Now this is good for all different types of media, not just paper, so I use that. And then I am going to write, Rhonda flew into OC for a long weekend to join me for a Just Crop retreat in Fullerton. It was fun to try a different venue together. Now she's my best friend from high school and she lives in Ohio, and we try to get together at least once a year to scrapbook together. Sometimes she'll come all the way down to San Diego, and the running joke is that she didn't even see the ocean while she was here. The top is a picture of me scrapbooking at the retreat. My girlfriend took that of me because, of course, I don't remember to take one of myself when I'm at one of these retreats. And then the bottom picture is of me working on some of my layouts. So I love going to retreats because I get to scrapbook uninterrupted from my kids. So that's the insert there. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.